So yeah, I'm just going to go right on with this reading for you. So the first card you have for your past is Temperance. Okay, so this feels really determined, really strong. This angel's really concentrating in a very determined way. They're trying to mix this water together. So it feels very wise. It feels like determination, but it's also very wise. It's like, I know what I'm doing. I know what I want now. I've been held back. Now I'm not going to be held back. It's a little bit like, oh, I'm not going to let them stop me. It's a bit like that as well. So lots of determination, and I think it's in a lot of different areas of your life, and I'm really happy to see that, because I think you've been squashed a bit, really, really squashed, really held back. And I'm saying squashed because that's kind of how I'm feeling, especially at work. I'm getting this squashed feeling around work, kind of pushed into a box, if that makes sense. Someone's trying to push you into a box or a category at your work. Might be the whole company, and you're so much more than that. You have so much more to offer than that. It's almost as if you're saying to someone, look, I can do this, just let me show you, I can do more than this. But I don't think they're interested in that. Very, very difficult, horrible feeling. So you're definitely going to do something about this. It's like, I'm ready to do something. I've been seeing this brewing for a while, actually, in your readings, some big change around the workplace. And I think you're either going to start to really, really seriously look for something else or branch out on your own. And I've seen that for a long time. But I think now it's just like, no, I've been squashed enough. Really, really, it feels as if someone's, I know this is going to sound really strange, but it feels as if this is how it feels to me, that someone's got a box and they've opened it up and they're trying to push you and squash you into this box. And you're way more than that. So that's what I'm getting. There's something else here as well, and something else that you're kind of determined to do. And I think this is about someone who isn't around you now. A lot of emotions around this. This is someone, it feels like someone had to go away from you, or that's how they felt. And it wasn't their choice to do that. That's how it's feeling to me. So I think for a long, long time, you're really missing this person. You're quite down about this whole situation, excuse me. But then, and then I'm seeing some healing coming after that. You're quite down. Then there was some healing, because I'm just looking at these beautiful daffodils on this card. And then I think you just got to the point, which is what I'm seeing in your workplace, where you just said, no, I'm going to change. I'm ready to change everything. So it's like you're ready to change this situation and your workplace at the same time. Everything. It's like, I'm going to change everything. I'm ready. So it actually feels like you want to fight for someone. And I think if you do want to fight for someone, if this is really, if this is resonating, if this is what you want, you're going to get what you want. Because there's this determination. I want this. I'm going to do something about this. And if you're that determined, you're going to do this. You absolutely are. It's about rising up. That's what this card's about. So I think they're in a situation where they might be, or they might have been, I don't know, they were told things. I'm just seeing someone getting in their ear, talking to them, and all of that kind of thing. And you want to get that back. You want to get your control back. You're not controlling, but you want to get your control back from this situation or whatever's happened here with this person who's left. You want to get the control back in your workplace. You're very, very, very strong. And I think, while you let yourself be pushed into this box, and why you let yourself kind of not do anything about this, I'm getting this really, I don't know if this is going to make any sense, but it's kind of like this drifting feeling. You kind of let yourself drift for a while. It's like the tides kind of slowly pushed you out into the middle of the ocean. And it was really slow, really subtle. You kind of didn't realize it was happening. And then you just woke up and you realized where you were. And you said, no, I'm not going to be here anymore. I'm not going to drift into this work situation. I'm not just going to sit there and do nothing. I'm not going to do nothing about this person. I'm going to do something about it. I should say, I'm not going to do nothing. I'm going to do something about this person. So, now with this person and the work situation, but especially with the person, I think you're going to go into this very, very carefully. There's a lot of, I'm actually seeing the words delicate touch. So you're going to have a delicate touch, very delicate, very careful. You're going to have to go into this very, very carefully. It's almost like it's a delicate operation. Very, very careful. And you're planning this, or you were at this time, planning this, planning what you're going to do. You're very good at planning things. You think very carefully before you act. And, you're not a builder, you're an architect. So you're going to think very, very carefully in some kind of very unique ways in how you're going to solve this problem when you kind of work through all of this. So very, very good. I love this determination in you. I love that because that's what you normally like, and you kind of drifted away for a while. Okay, so the next card you have, you pass the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I was feeling a little bit of this in the Temperance card. This person that you kind of want to see again or get close to, it feels like they left. Again, it feels like they left because they had to, or they felt that. It wasn't because they wanted to. I keep on seeing that. They didn't want to leave. They didn't want to go. It was like they had to. They didn't have any other options. That's kind of what I'm getting. They feel a little bit vulnerable to me, actually. I don't know if they're a minor. They might be a child, actually, or maybe they're just younger than you, or it might just be that they're a bit childlike, or just vulnerable. Maybe that's just what it is. They might be the same age as you. They might be older, but there's a vulnerable feeling around them, and there's a feeling of you wanting to protect them or nurture them, like this queen who's nurturing this coin. So that's what it feels like: protective, caring. And there's a need for damage repair between you as well. Some damage has been done between you and this person, and it has to be fixed. Very gentle, again, very gentle operation, very careful repair work. So I hope that makes sense. It feels quite fragile and sensitive as well. I can't work out whether this is a love connection between you. It feels like quite a faint connection now. And maybe that's why I can't work this out, because it's very, very faint. It's almost like, when you're speaking to someone on the phone and the connection kind of drops out and you can't quite hear them properly. It feels like that to me. So I can't see that, but you'll know what this is. But yeah, if you want to... if you want the connection to get stronger again, it can. It absolutely can. It's up to you. If you want to pursue this, if you want to do this, go after this with all your determination and your planning, you can absolutely see them again and connect again. Okay, so the last card you have, your past, is the Nine of Swords. Yes, yeah. This is what this is showing me again. Okay, the first thing is you've been apart for a while, maybe a year or more, because that's what this card's about, a year or more. Now, I think they're feeling quite trapped. They probably still are. Look at these swords. They look like bars or a cage. I think this is an emotional cage that they're in. I really think they're in an emotional cage. And what's coming into my mind when I look at this, cage and this bed and everything together, it's that saying, I've made my bed and now I have to lie in it. So I think they feel as if they've made a decision to go and be somewhere else with someone or to do whatever, and they can't go back on that decision. And that's why they feel trapped. And they can go back on that. They can do things, but this is an emotional cage. It's like a mental cage. They feel as if they can't get out of that. There's a lot of pressure around this person. It feels like outside pressure, someone trying to persuade them. They might even be living with someone who's influencing them. They might be accepting accommodation from someone, or even financial help or something like that. It feels like a gift. It feels like someone's offered them help. They've taken this help, and it feels like a gift with strings attached or something like that. And they feel as if they've made this decision, they've accepted this gift or whatever this is, accommodation, help, whatever it is, and they feel trapped in that. That's what I'm seeing. It's very, very sad. Obviously, if you look at this woman, look at how sad she is. It's a very sad situation. But yeah, again, if you want to connect with them, you absolutely can. You've got the Temperance card, which is rising up out of a bad situation into a better one, which is what alchemy is. That's cards about that. And you can absolutely help them. I'm getting a lot of strength. It's very positive. It's like determination and using your skills as well to do what you need to do. But it comes out of feeling squashed, feeling pushed. And you're kind of stretching your way out of that space now, coming out of that. And now you're determined to do things. And I'm really, really happy to see that change in you. So that's what I'm seeing there for your past. Okay, so the first card you have for your present is the Three of Cups. Really interesting. This is a really interesting card. It's quite complex. So yeah, I think about this workplace situation. I'm getting this. This is going to sound a bit crazy, I know, but it's almost like you feel as if you're in a communist country at your workplace. I know that sounds crazy because it's like your abilities are being pushed down to keep everyone sort of on the same level, if that makes sense. It's not that you want to be up higher than everyone else to kind of show off. It's not like that. It's not like, oh, I'm better than them, I want to show everyone that. It's not like that. It's more like, this company or this workplace or whatever, they're not getting the best out of you because they're trying to push you down or your abilities. I think they're trying to do this to other people as well, actually. So, because everyone has certain skills that, as an individual, they can bring to the table, but it just feels as if whoever you work for doesn't want that to happen. They just want a smaller version of everyone so that they all fit into this kind of box. If you look at these women on this card, they're all the same height, they're all dancing in the same direction, they're all doing the same thing. And, that's fine, that's a good thing. Everyone's equal, that's always a good thing. But if you can offer extra, that's even better. But they're not accepting extra. They don't want anything extra. So it's frustrating for you and frustrating for them because you're not being fulfilled and they're not getting the full you. So I hope this makes sense. But yeah, this card's also about abundance with the flowers and there's fruit and all kinds of things there as well. And obviously, they're celebrating a harvest, which is about abundance. So, I think when you do move on from this workplace, whether that's to a different place or whether you'll be working by yourself, you'll really, really get a lot more abundance. You'll gain a lot of abundance because, you'll be able to work somewhere else. You'll be able to use the full extent of your abilities. I can't say the full extent of your abilities. I don't know what's wrong with me. But yeah, you'll be able to use everything you have and, then you're going to be paid accordingly in this new place. I'm getting a little bit of deja vu here as well. I think this has come up a few times. And if it's coming up over and over again, it's time. It's time. You're ready. And that's what I'm getting in the Temperance card. It's time. I'm determined. I'm going to do this. So, okay. So the next card you have your presence, the Eight of Wands. Yeah, you're determined. You're pushing this. Look at these wands. Pushing, flying through the air. Something's happening. Something's moving. This is action. And no one's going to stop you. There aren't any people on this card. They're not in the way of the wands. No one's there. Just the wands. So you're not going to let anyone stand in the way of what you want to do. Now, this determination, it's actually coming up at a time when... I hate to say this, but there are a few jabs coming into you, if that makes sense. What I mean by that is, I think there's a group here. There's a group. This is quite complicated. I'll try and explain this as well as I can for you. There's a group from your past. You left a group of people behind. They're in your past. They feel like family to me, but it doesn't have to be family. It can be any kind of group that felt very, very close to you, like a family. It might be a group of friends. It might be the family of an ex. Some kind of group that felt very close to you, like a family, and you've left them behind. They're in your past. Now, I'm seeing words here. I'm getting a few kind of accusations. I don't think you've done anything wrong. I don't think they have anything to accuse you of. Just watch out for a little bit of talk, gossip, things like that, coming from people from your past. I'm seeing one person at the center of this. It's someone in this group, and I actually think someone in this group might need some help. So now, of course, it's totally up to you as to whether you want to help this person or not. It does feel like a little bit of a minefield to me if you go into this group again. Lots of gossip, stress, talk, all of that kind of thing. So, yeah, I think if you did start to engage with this group, there'd be a lot of problems. But, if you know who this is, if you know who this person is that needs help in the middle of this group, if you do hear about this and you find out who this is, try to reach out to them privately without everyone else around or without people knowing, because I think that would really help them, and, you wouldn't have all this other interference. But yeah, you don't have to help them. You absolutely don't. But I think you'll find out who this is actually. You'll find out in some way. It is a little bit of a minefield. There's gossip, there's talk and all of that. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but yeah, that's what I'm getting. Okay, so I know that's very complicated and strange, but yes, so the last card you have for your presence, the King of Wands. Okay, this is a little bit clearer to me now. Okay, so this is what I'm getting about this Eight of Wands. This is kind of following on from that. Now, someone might actually reach out to you. It's someone in this group. And they're going to reach out to you, I think. Very, very clear. Okay, it's a lot clearer now. Now, there's a text or a message. It's going to come in on your phone, obviously. And there's this big feeling of, it's like you get this text and you're sitting there like this King of Wands. And like a minute ago, you're going to get up and do something. But then you get this text and you're just sitting there and it's like, what do I do now? I haven't heard from this person for such a long time, and I've got this text, and it's like, what do I do? I'm getting this horrible feeling. So this king, he's hesitating. He's just sitting. He wants to take action, but he's just sitting there now. He's had this news, and he's just sitting there going, I don't know what to do yet. I can't do anything. I'm kind of, I'm frozen. I don't know what to do. Now, I'm just picking up on this. Okay, this is the advice I'm getting from this card. Don't take every word of this message that comes in on your phone as being 100% correct. There's something not quite right about this message. Now, this phone message. So if you get a message from someone who's in this group, and if they tell you about someone else, speak to the person they're talking about directly. That's the only way you're going to get to the truth. Don't talk to any middleman, if that makes sense. Speak to the source. That's how you're going to find out what's happening. That's if you want to do that. It's up to you as to whether you want to help them, because this is a big, huge minefield full of drama and gossip and all that thing. And I think that's probably why you left this group behind. But that's what I'm seeing anyway. Okay, so the first card you have, you features the Ace of Cups. Beautiful, very emotional card. Okay, I think this is about refocusing. You've got a lot of group drama, you've got work drama, all kinds of things. You're dealing with the work now quite well, I think. I think you're working your way out of that. That's what I'm getting. That's the feeling I'm getting. Now, I keep on seeing this person you're missing. And yeah, they're away from you. They feel trapped. I'm getting that. Yeah, they have very deep feelings for you. I'm getting that. So just know that if you don't know that already, if you're unsure of how they feel, they have very, very deep feelings for you. They're trapped in an unwanted situation. There's definitely something that doesn't feel right around them. It's something to do with their living situation or someone that they're around. They're around someone who's sort of keeping them there. Not physically, but there's something emotional going on, because this is a very emotional card. Now, if you really want to be with this person, if you really want to help this person, it is going to be a long process. And the message here is that if you want to do that, if you want to pursue that, you really should start now. Start that now, because it is a long process, and the sooner you start, the sooner you'll get to the end. So go with your instincts, go with what feels right to you, use your emotions, use your instincts, use how you feel, and just take one step at a time and go to where you're led to go. I still can't quite see whether this is a love connection, because right now it feels like there's a kind of protective parent-child thing going on there. It doesn't mean you're literally a parent and a child, you might be, but this is more about your position and their position. You're in the position of being the rescuer and the helper. They're in the position of being in a vulnerable position. So that's why I'm seeing that. They do have really, really strong feelings. They have a lot of regrets as well. I'm just looking at the dove on this card, and I think what they really want is, to just be in peace with you and have no hard feelings, and then develop from that, starting off with peace and developing from that. But they feel as if they can't move forward. There's this really, I keep on getting this trapped feeling around them. This trapped feeling. So that's what I'm getting there. So, okay, so the next card you have, your future, is the Seven of Cups. This is about confusion, introspection. This and the Moon card, actually, they can both be about confusion in the mind, stress, not being able to make a decision because of what's happening in your mind. I'll talk about these two cards together because they kind of go together for me in this reading. They're really just telling me what I'm already seeing. This person who's in your energy, but they're far away from you. They're quite confused. They're lost. They want to get out of the place that they're in mentally and emotionally, as well as physically. They feel as if they can't quite do that. I still think there's someone around them trying to put messages in their ear. Look at this lobster. He's trying to get out of this dark water. I don't know if you can see that. I'll move it up. He's trying to get out, but there's this dog and this wolf next to him kind of barking. And that's what that looks like to me. Someone in their ear talking, telling them things. So, if this is making sense to you, I think you're going to have to just, try to get around someone to get to that person. It feels like there's a barrier there and you have to get around that. If you want to do this, you absolutely can. I'm seeing that all over this reading. It's hard work. It's quite delicate work to get to them, to talk to them, to convince them, to try and get around whoever else is there. But if you do really, really want to do this, if you are determined, you absolutely can do this.